Mabel Daugherty, and I am the grandmother of 15 grandchildren. This is a Weiniger Daugherty family album. It's from 1907 to 1964. And this day is the day of inauguration for Bill Clinton. And it is January the 20th, 1993. This picture is great-grandpa Daugherty and his wife, Granny Mariah. And they are in California, Long Beach, and they make rose beads. And that's what they're doing in the picture, is making the rose beads. This is a tin-type picture of Grandpa Belvey and his wife, Grandma Mary. And I don't know where it was taken, but I think it was when they were first married. This is Grandma Mary Daugherty, and she was a beautiful woman. She had the body of a model, perfect in every respect. This is Grandpa Belvey Daugherty, and he was a much younger man than what I ever knew him, and he had a fuller face, was rather nice looking, always wore a mustache. This is Grandpa Powell and his wife, Granny Becky, and I think it is a daughter-in-law with them, one of the doctor's wives. And it was taken probably in Powell Valley, and that was Grandma Mary Daugherty's mom and dad. This is John Michael Daugherty, and he's not very old there, but he's never changed his looks. From an older person, he always looked just like that little picture there. This is little Becky Daugherty. That's John Daugherty's baby sister. She died when she was 9 months old, and on Red Quarry, where they lived. This is a picture of taken years and years and years ago, and that first one there is Aunt Almy Powell, Uncle Everett's wife, and the next one is Uncle John Powell, the doctor's wife. And Aunt Jane is one that has a little top knot on her head, and then the next one on the end is Granny Becky. And she is the mother of Aunt Jane, and the others are her in-laws. And she is part of Mary Daugherty's family. I don't know who the dog is, have no idea. And there's a child there, and I don't know for sure who he is. I don't know if it's probably John Penley. I'm not sure. This is a picture of the Powell Valley house where I went when I was first married. This was in the process of building it. And I don't know who the people are there except Ed Hopper, probably, because he built the house. And I don't know who the rest of them are, but it was the home. This is Granny Becky in the front row with the dust cap on. Grandma Mary holding Delbert Walls, and in standing is May Jones, and then Nevy Walls. Nevy was the mother of Delbert Walls, and this is a 5-generation picture. Grandma Mary is holding Vance Daugherty, and the little boy with the little cap on sitting beside her is Marvin Daugherty, and she's holding Dean Walls, and Delbert Walls is at her side there. I don't know what that is in front, but it is picture of her and her 2 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. Dean Walls and Delbert Walls were her great-grandchildren. Vance and Martin Daugherty were her grandchildren. Grandpa Belvey standing in the back. Next to him is Grandma Mary Daugherty, and next to her is May, their oldest daughter, and then Aunt Zori is next, and then Aunt Lily is there on the end, and sitting down is Charlie Daugherty in front of Grandpa, and then John Daugherty in front of Aunt May. And it was taken on Red Quarry, the old home place, Grandpa's old home place. This is James Thomas Weininger, and he's the father of Mama Mabel Daugherty. And he didn't live to be only about 34 years old when he passed away. But he was really handsome and really a fine daddy. He died in 1919 when the influenza just came here from World War I. And we all had the flu, but he didn't make it. He passed away on the 5th day of February. In 1919 was when the flu came from overseas. It was called influenza at that time. One family had 2 children to die the same night with the same disease. Another one died, and then this fellow's, George Anderson's mother died, and he lost 4 out of that family with the same disease that Jim had. Very pitiful time at that time. This is James Weininger again, and he's 2 brothers. The one with the ball bat is Raleigh Weininger, and one on the other side is Roy Weininger. They are all brothers. James Weininger stayed around in this part of the country, but Roy and Raleigh went to Lafayette, and that's where they raised their children. That's where they got the jobs in machine shops, and that's where they raised their children. But they were all loved each other very much, a lovely family. This is James Thomas Weininger again, Mama Mabel's father, and he is the small one, and the tall one is Nathan Allen. And they are building the golf links for the hotel in West Baden that's been such a famous hotel all through the years. The Round Top, and this is up on the hill, high up on the hill. And at that time we lived near the hotel. This is Mabel and Velmy Weininger. Velmy is the tallest one, and is taken up there by the West Baden famous hotel. And we could play on that hillside. We could play among the flowers and the grass as long as we didn't pick the flowers, and we really did have good times there. This is Mabel and Velmy Weininger, and it's close, another picture taken close to the hotel, and the nice big flowers that we had for a background. And I was a little bit angry there because I had an umbrella and it was pink. Velmy's umbrella was green and beige. And she put her hand over on my umbrella, and I didn't like it. And it shows in my picture. This picture was taken about 6 months after our daddy died, Jim Weininger.